Hi, everyone. This is Cindy, and I'm here to share my TBR for February 2022. The first book on my list is this one right here, which is It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey. The second book, I think, is coming out very soon, and so I want to make sure that I read this first one. It's kind of like a take, I guess, on Schitt's Creek. The main character is very spoiled. Her stepfather's had enough and sends her and her sister to a small town to, I guess, run her late father's bar. And so it's that whole fish out of water trope. And she meets a hot guy there. Apparently it's very spicy and sexy, a lot of dirty talk, kind of right up my alley. So I'm looking forward to this one. The next book is Reminders of Him. I've actually never read a Colleen Hoover. This will be my first one. I have Verity on my bookshelf. I see it right over there. I had picked up. I was going to read it, just haven't had a chance. So I decided to this one's a newer one, to put this right on my TBR and go ahead and read it. The main character spent 5 years in jail. She's now out, wants to reunite with her 4-year-old daughter and really have this sort of second chance at having a good life and maybe even love, I'm thinking. So this is on my TBR. The next one is The Seven Husbands of Evelyn and Hugo. So I have heard great things about this book. It just didn't seem, it seemed a little bit more sort of contemporary, sort of women's fiction versus a romance. But my daughter, my 13-year-old daughter, had seen it, I guess, on TikTok and had picked it up to read. So she wanted me, of course, to read it and make sure it's appropriate for her to read. And so I am going to read it and see what I think. But basically, it kind of, I think obviously it's going to be about Evelyn Hugo, who is, I believe, an actress. And she had 7 husbands. And she is, I think she's elderly. And she has hired or found somebody to write her life story. So we'll have to see. It's all I know about it, really, honestly, at this point. So it's on my TBR. I'm going to read it, see what I think. The next one is At Your Age, Evie Brown. And this is another one that I heard really good things about. And so Evie Brown is a hot mess. She doesn't have her life in order. Her parents have demanded that she settle down and get a job. And so she applies to be, I think, a chef at a B&B. And the owner says, hell no. I guess Evie accidentally hits him with her car. And so now the guy's out of commission and she's having to help out at the B&B to keep it going. So that's on the back of the book. That's the blurb. So I'm excited about reading this. It sounds like it's fun. It also says it's very, the reviews I've seen from people who've read it said it's very sexy. So I'm looking forward to that. I have this one, which is definitely sexy. I know that. This is Jennica Snow. And I belong to her Patreon. So I think Patreon might be a topic I might explore in a video because I think that's kind of sort of new to me. But basically, for her, this particular author, you have different tiers that you can subscribe to. And I subscribe to the lowest tier that gets you a book. So for her particular one, I think it's $15 a month. And you get a new book every month from her. I think it's signed. So I don't know if you can see that, but it is signed. So anyway, this one's called Bite Marks. It's part of her Lichen series. I think this is the 4th book. I didn't finish the 3rd one. I need to go back and finish it. I just wasn't in the right headspace for it. But basically, you know, it's a paranormal, all the stories tie together. This is about sort of the vampire that's in a family or kind of family adjacent. I think it's in their family. I think he might be related to the mom. I think he might be the brother. But anyway, every story is about the character finding their mate, the male character finding their mate. So the first ones are werewolves. I believe the first 3 are werewolves, I think. And then this one is a vampire. So it's supposed to be really sexy. So I'm looking forward to reading that one. And then the last 2 are Sarah Moss. So this one, which is Crescent City, which I have not read. I bought it when it first came out, and then just life, COVID, whatever, got in the way, and I didn't read it. And I just finished reading the last, I forget the last other book in the series. She has this other series. It's escaping me. The book is like below my coffee table, actually. And it's 750 pages. This one is over 750 pages. It's close to 800 pages. So it is a meaty book. So this is one that I also definitely want to read this month. I think I can do it. And then the last, let's see, I have 2 more books on the list. The House of Sky and, I have it written down, Sky and Breath, which is the sequel to Crescent City. I want to read that one. And then I also want to read the first, what is it called? Black Dagger Brotherhood. And I've never read it. I think I have it on my Kindle, and I just never got around to reading it. There's like a bazillion books now, and it's kind of like the book that if people like paranormal, they've read that series, and I love paranormal romance, and I have not read that one. So that's on my list. So thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll do some reviews so you guys can see if I actually got through my TBR. Thanks for watching.